What are some small but effective ways to drastically improve a minimum budget student film? I know that because I did that. Student films. Cool. So I didn't have the best camera for my student films, aside from my senior thesis where I got to like rent from like my school's fancy stuff. But I use like a Nikon D3200, and I mean it's shot in 1080p, but it's not everyone's fancy Canons, right? So what was nice is that Nikons actually, even though they're like not as sharp, they're like great with color. And so what I would say, small but effective ways, is try to optimize a lot of your shooting to be during daylight and outside. Like, okay, so it's just like, or buy a window if you're inside, so you don't have to rent lights. Personally, I never owned any lights until recently. He saw, but only until recently, because lights are very expensive. Okay, so you have to make the best of what your natural light is, which is the sun. And so I took a really advantage of like all my natural daylight. So I made a student film on like urban dance in Germany, and I basically did cool. all my interviews outside. That film, I didn't include the interviews, but I will make another cut later. But it's just like everything's outside and like in daylight, and it looks beautiful, you know, because it's the daylight. And a small but effective way to make it look better is you know how to use your camera, know how to expose your shot well, know your shutter speed and what that's supposed to look like. Like say in Europe, if you're shooting in Europe, like, and you're shooting indoors, like you can tell that like you're gonna get like this weird like lines across your screen. That's because like the lighting there, like the electricity is at a different I forgot what it's called, like gigahertz or something. Not gigahertz. It's like Hertz. Watts. They're different. So like you have to just be aware of these little things, like shutter speed, exposure, white balance. Super small but effective is like being able to correctly white balance in production, so that it saves you a lot of time in post, and like you don't have to try to get all grainy with like coloring because like you white balanced it wrong. It makes it look a lot more professional. And then composition, honestly, being able to compose a shot correctly is what's gonna make your student film look way more professional than it actually is, because everyone normally like, I'm gonna put on a tripod and make it a wide. That's it.
Is that really?
I don't know.
I was like, I feel like that's such like a...
You're right. Maybe I'll give you guys more credit, but I'm just kidding.
Like a regular person, they would just like, they assume it's the camera and they just hold it.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Essentially. Okay, so for minimum budget student films also, a lot of people normally get permits to film places, but if you really can't afford the permit, run and gun. Basically, you just have to be as natural as possible. I didn't permit that entire film because I mean a lot of it I filmed outdoors. I didn't film like in a restaurant, or I didn't film like in public spaces where a lot of people were. Like it was just like out in the public space. Yeah, I know. But basically, it's just like all the like, so yeah, lighting, knowing how to use your camera, permitting, what else? Sound.
I'm sure some of you guys are hating on it, but you gotta work with what you've got.
You gotta work with what you got, yeah. So honestly, I've done a lot of interviews with this. Hello. For one of my films, I actually used like a lav mic, but literally holding it right here and just like as if a microphone. I've done like other stuff like that. Totally works. Looks ghetto, but like it depends on what you're like doing, right?
And if you know how to use some of like the audio cleanup, you can. I think it'll just do well.
It sounds completely fine. Yeah. Like say if you've never owned a shotgun mic like me, yes, very helpful. Or also like even if you're trying to record like yourself, when like you're vlogging, if you have like your earphones and you like have that.
Oh, I have something called I have something called the ghetto lavalier mic. I have an old iPhone I don't use. I have a broken headset. I just use a paper clip. I use a paper clip. I go under, and since it's an iPhone headset, it's white. So sometimes I wear a white shirt. Can't see it.
There you go. See, when you're poor, you come up with a lot of stuff to do.
Like I honestly prefer that mic right now over my lav mic because
that's just how it is.
Yeah, I like the sound from it. So.
Yeah, honestly, one more small but effective way to like improve a student film is to actually tell a story. Like, honestly, a lot of student films kind of get lost in like all the technical aspects of everything, like making this look really pretty and like investing in lights to make this look extra crazy. Sorry, I totally like just tickled your hand.
Yeah.
But basically, it's just like what everyone wants to see is a story, like one that actually, like a narrative that actually like, it doesn't like not necessarily has to like reach in and inspire you, but like something that like is cohesive and something that is like interesting, preferably original, and like just something very engaging, you know, like don't just like go out and just shoot whatever and like just because it looks good doesn't mean it's gonna be good. You know,
that's
like
so true.
If you're shooting a narrative, if you're shooting a documentary, it's like it's all about those sincere moments, right? So it's just like you can't be lazy about almost recording all the time and having to go through all that footage. Like you're gonna have to put in the effort, you know, to storytell and editing. So it's just like small but effective ways to improve your student film. Bing.
There we go. Yeah, I think one of my favorite tips that I ever got in terms of filming is like show don't tell.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the main thing. And for me, when I'm editing, I always have like after my select reel and I do have to do my rough pass, I go through like after my first rough pass, I take 2 hours off or a day off, and then I watch it again. The main thing I'm always looking for is like what can I remove that makes the story more succinct.
Yeah.
Because if you're like, I vlog a lot, and I have to like always look for a lot of footage that actually matters.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of good shots that I loved that I thought were great, but just didn't contribute to the story. So I just, you know.
What I learned in documentary filmmaking is like you have to kill your babies.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks. Like you're like, oh, that's such a great shot, but like with what you ended up going with your storyline, like, and it doesn't make sense, like, scrap it.
Yeah.
Use it for something else.
Sell it as stock footage.
Yeah.
Make some money off it. Like, I mean,
do something.
Send it on Pond 5 or Video Blocks. Make some extra cash off.
Yeah.
So that is it for today's episode of
VP.
Ask Vision Paradox Answers Your Questions While We Do Stuff, aka hashtag VP. Oh, what we've been doing in the meetings, because you don't have to do the weekly meetings. I've been doing this. Vision Paradox forever. It was originally me just being stupid, but it became a thing with the team meetings. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys got any questions, leave it in the comment section down below. Yeah, we love hearing from you guys. We love all your questions. We love sharing our knowledge at random places like this wonderful restaurant in next to USC.
VP.
So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you guys are getting notifications
Bing, bing.
of when these videos are coming out. Just tripping you guys out. All right, see you guys later. Boom.
Bye.